Welcome with Cooking with Cuz. We got our Niecy Poo Cuz, Mariah here to help us today. Today we're going to make something special that's actually a nice a recipe for adults and children. So it's going to be fun to cook with Mariah and show her how to make it. We're going to make Italian shells, and we're also going to make it with a homemade meat spaghetti sauce that Gail is going to show us how to make using her special grandma's house blend.
We're going to introduce grandma's house. This is my spice blend, and it has garlic and onion, and it's low sodium. It has some other spices, and it's available on my site. We'll put the link in the description. And we're going to use this today because we want you guys to, first of all, be low sodium. And then we don't want you to have to think too much. We use a lot of different spices. So I know that could be a little overwhelming for some people. You know, everything is in here.
Yeah.
Add a little more salt if you want to. Add a little more pepper if you want to. But everything is here. And this is what we're going to use today for all of our dishes. We're using turkey today.
Yep.
Right? So we're not going to use any ground beef because we've been beefing it up lately.
Yes, we have.
So we're going to use ground turkey, and Mariah's going to do some things. What you going to do, Mariah? What you want to do?
Cut up some of the vegetables.
Cut the vegetables.
Yeah. And add some of the ingredients. You can help us with that too.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are we drinking? Yeah, look what we got in here today. We have these little beautiful little rose ice cubes that we found.
Cute.
Yep. And so we're having some refreshing mango juice and spirit of spirit of little Niecy here. So let's cheers to a wonderful episode.
Yes.
All right.
Refreshing. All right, let's get to it.
All right, y'all ready? So this is going to be a little class on knife skills, because I think Mariah, she already knows, right?
Yes.
Some stuff, because she's a cook. Yeah.
Yeah.
We follow her on Instagram. She's already a star, so she does charcuterie boards and everything.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to grate garlic. You're going to cut peppers.
Okay.
I'm going to cut our herbs. When we have basil here, and we have some parsley.
Okay.
And I'm going to cut the onions. Okay? All right, so let's put these to the side. And I'm just going to show you an easy way for you to do it. You're just going to cut off the top. And this is one of those knives that won't cut her. So this is a safe knife for kids in the kitchen. And then we'll just cut the bottom. Okay? And then you stand it up so that it's not rocking back and forth. That might be a little better.
Okay.
So, you'll be safe. And then you'll just cut down. And cut down like that, because we're trying to get around those seeds on the inside, right? So you just want to cut down. Just be careful. And this part, you can just kind of lay it down, Okay? And then we have that's left over. Okay? And then we don't want these little white parts. Yeah, so you got that. And you don't have to use those. Alright, so you're going to do the rest of them like that. You want to cut those white parts off too. And then I'm just going to show you. You're going to cut them in strips. So you use the tip of your knife and come down like that. And always fold your fingers in. Okay? Don't hold your stuff like this because you'll cut yourself. So hold your fingers in like that. That's why we have clean hands. We just washed our hands. And we have clean nails. So you hold everything that you cut, you're going to hold like this. Okay? And then you're going to go slide past your knuckles. See how it just went past my knuckles? And not my fingernails?
So move back your fingers.
Yeah, just come back. Yeah. And then you're going to turn them to the side and do the same thing. Okay?
I got it. Yeah.
You got it? All right. Okay. So I'm going to put your garlic over there. And you're going to do those. Do you want me to pre-cut these and then you do the rest? Or you want to do what I just did?
Either one is fine for me.
Let's see if you can do that part, that first part.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold it steady. And let me show you something else to make this better. See how you have your finger right there? You're going to stretch that finger out. So we're going to hold it like this and further to the blade so that you have more power. Can you feel the difference? And then pull it close to you. Just cutting through that. Yeah. Good. Yeah. You want to cut the tip off? Yeah.
Yeah, I see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then on
And
the
then
side.
just cut down. Go down. Yeah. And just make it happen however you want to do it. Good job.
Go, Mariah.
Good girl. You can lay it down. Yeah. And then we're going to move this out the way. Mm-hmm. Perfect. So while she's doing that, I'm going to, do you mind if I cut some onions right here?
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to get the chopping. We're going to chop all of our veggies and our herbs, and then we're going to start our sauce. So this is one of my recipes, one of my specialties that I make for the house, you know. And then in another episode, we're actually going to save some of this sauce because, you know, we do this weekly. So with that being said, the sauce does last. If you put it in the refrigerator, I would say 3 or 4 days for anything, really. No more than 4 days. But we'll probably freeze some of it, and then we're going to break it back out, and we're going to do something else to that same sauce. So if you want to make a lot of this sauce, we have a couple pots. We have a big pot, big cast iron pot that we use if we have like a family style dinner, or we have another smaller pot that we'll probably use, which is this one. And we're making enough for today and then to freeze some, okay?
Start cutting them.
Yeah, cut them in strips. You cut them in strips first, and then you turn all of your strips to the side and you cut them in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm about to use the tip of the knife. And if you want to saw, you can. Yeah, do what you got to do. And wash those fingers. Remember I told you to curve your finger. There you go. You'll get used to it. It feels a little awkward at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you'll get used to it. And you can put your knife down flat. If that works better for you. And one good note is instead of cutting it with the shiny side, that doesn't cut really good. You want to use your the fleshy side, and that it doesn't feel better to cut instead of you trying to cut through that.
Yeah, it's harder.
Right. There you go. Right. So we're gonna finish cutting all of this stuff, and then we'll be back. Okay.
All right, hey guys. So I'm over here helping Niecy Poo with these, getting the ingredients ready for Gail's sauce. So she's already started some peppers, so I'm gonna help her finish the peppers. And now, what you getting ready to do over here?
I'm gonna grind some garlic.
Okay. All right, girl. Got my little cutesy grater. And so already what we've done is we boiled our shells. Actually, I've already cooked them. We didn't fully cook them all the way because they're going to be baked, and when we're going to put them in the oven. So we cooked them almost to done, and now they're setting aside. And we also have some spaghetti as well. We're going to do both dishes with this. We're going to have a nice spaghetti, some bread, and some salad. So we're going to finish cutting these up. I have the peppers, I have some onions, I have some parsley, and I have some fresh basil. So get all these done so Gail can make her sauce. How you like that thing? Have you used the grater before?
No, it's nice. It's
easy. Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. And it doesn't mess your nails up and you get it all in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch your fingers.
So
Like do the tip.
Okay.
But turn your fingers right. How you feel doing that?
Better, 100 times better.
So I'm going to put together the sauce, and my first step is usually just sauteing the vegetable. Let's do it. Okay, so I put my garlic in the bowl, right? Because you don't want it in the hot pan. So I put my garlic down in the bowl, and then when I take my hot vegetables out, I put it on top of there. That kind of wakes up the garlic, and then I'll brown my meat, and then I'll put all of that stuff back in. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some oil. So we're just going to do our veggies first, and then we'll leave all of that oil, that same oil, and we're going to use do it for our turkey. Okay. So a nice hot pan, and we're going to do onions and peppers together. This is the base of most dishes, you know, most good home cooked meals. A couple of those parsley flakes got in there, but that's fine.
It looks good though. I like it. Yeah, I like the colorful. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So we'll just let these go for a little while. And this is a one pot meal. So we're going to do everything in this one pot. We're just going to build the flavors. So these are our aromatics. That's what we call them because they have aroma. So those are our aromatics. We're going to start to get the aroma going.
I smell it already.
Right? Yeah, so it smells good, looks good already. So this process right here takes, you know, as you know, probably about 4 minutes. And we'll just let it go. We'll stir it every now and then. And then we'll be back. Okay, so they're looking good to me, smelling good. That should have reached way upstairs by now.
Oh yeah, we've already had a couple visitors down here. Yeah. Yes.
So I'm gonna put some pepper, salt and pepper in there, even though Grandma's house has that, but this is a different layer of flavor. So we're just gonna put a little of our salt. And the salt also brings out the juices of the veggies.
Is it flavor?
It is flavor, and it also brings out all of the juices in your vegetables. Okay. So we're gonna put that. Turn it off for a second, just for my wrist's sake, and pour that in here.
It looks pretty.
Isn't it pretty? Right over top of the garlic. So right now that garlic is like, hey,
yeah,
coming to the party too. Okay, and then we're going to set that there. We're going to turn our pan back on and get our turkey in. So because this is a non-stick pan and we have a little bit of oil there, we're fine with that little bit of oil. And we're just going to brown our meat. Again, we're using turkey meat. And I know some of us don't like to use turkey meat in spaghetti, in a traditional dish like spaghetti. But because this spaghetti is going to be so good, don't you want like a second bowl?
Yes. Yes.
Right, and it's like guilt-free, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll let that go for a little while. And when you brown in your meats, you want to just let it sit there so you can get some brown underneath. And then you start to move it around, okay? Don't just keep messing with it because it'll start to steam. And we want it to brown, okay? So we'll be back when I start to turn it and you'll see what I mean. All right, so we're getting a little brown underneath. You see that little brown that we get? That's what we're looking for. And this is on a higher heat than we're going to actually cook our spaghetti on. We're going to cook the spaghetti low and slow. But since we're using, see that nice brown there? Since we're using turkey meat, it's not going to take as long. Now, I've learned from watching Italian grandmas cook spaghetti that you cook your sauce all day long. So I've adopted that, and I cook my sauce for 3 hours because it's ground beef. It makes it tender. I also use a cast iron skillet, which breaks it down faster. But since we're using turkey, this shouldn't take long at all to come together. So now I'm going to start to season. I'm going to use Grandma's House. So Grandma's House has onion, garlic, and all kind of goodies inside. And I usually use, I'm going to say for about a pot this size. I usually use, I'll pour it in my hand. That's about 2 tablespoons. Okay. And we'll go back in like we usually do. And but that's it. That's all you need is your Grandma's House. You stir it in. We're going to add in our aromatics. We're going to put those back in. Stir that around. And then we'll taste it. We'll see if we need to add a little more salt, a little more pepper, a little more Grandma's House.
Do you ever add sugar to your spaghetti?
I don't add any sugar. I know a lot of people. I have a friend. She does.
Yeah, I do.
Add the sugar. Some people just.
I do.
Acidity.
Try to break it up a little bit. Yeah.
But I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So I don't really do it. I think that my sweet comes from the sweet peppers.
Okay.
For me. Gonna add some oregano, and that's our oregano from our sprig. And put as much as you want. I'll put about 2 tablespoons. We have some rubbed sage, and rubbed sage just means they dried it and they rubbed it, and it has turned into like a powder. So you don't need a lot of sage. Sage is another one of our herbs that is very potent and strong, and a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so this is an important part. This is where we add our tomato paste. So I kind of make a well, and I put the paste down in there because you want to cook your paste a little. This is concentrated tomatoes. So it's very, this is raw tomatoes. It's not cooked. So you want to cook it a little bit, get a little heat on it before you start to stir it into your sauce.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that that you cook it for 3 hours. I know my grandma's recipe was to cook it in a crock pot, you know, and to let it sit all day. Yeah, definitely.
Your Italian grandma.
Yeah, my Italian grandma. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And just go away, come back, stir. I stir probably every half an hour, every hour. If I'm doing something, I'll yell and get somebody else to stir it. So I'm just cooking that down at the bottom of the pan. Okay, all right, so she's going. So we had to do a little transition. I had to bring Big Mama out.
Yep. This is much better.
Porcelain cast iron skillet. So we're just cast iron skillet girls.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to do the little white pot. She's cute.
Yeah.
Everything for something. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
But it was a job for Big Mama. Right? Okay. So, again, we have our sauteed veggies. We have our garlic, peppers, and onions. We have our turkey meat that we browned pretty good. So that's cooked all the way through. Then we added our tomato paste. We cooked our paste a little bit. At the bottom of the pan, we dug a little well, did the tomato paste. So now we're going to add our tomatoes. And you can keep your juice that's in the can. Keep your juice.
This is diced tomatoes, right?
Diced tomatoes, yeah. You can get a flavor. I think ours are basil. You can get roasted tomatoes, whatever tomatoes you want. And we just, it does, right? Yes. And we're just going to keep building. I did add a little more salt, and I'm going to add a little more Grandma's House. So we'll just do 2 palms of Grandma's House for this big pan. Okay. So we still have it up at the high temperature. All right. So we have here 3 jars of tomato sauce. And You can get anyone that is your favorite. And like Chelene was saying, if you want to add some sugar, this is one that we chose. It's natural. We got this one from Aldi. This is a good price and everything. It's a good one because I don't usually do just any old tomato sauce. So if you got a big family, you want to do three of these cans. If you want a more dense sauce, you just stop at 2. And I'll show you when you stop at 2 what it looks like.
Yeah, and our goal here is we're trying to make a couple dishes, right? We're gonna make our shells and our spaghetti, but then we're also gonna save some for the next one.
Episode.
Yep.
Yeah. We're gonna freeze it and get back to it because it does freeze very well. And I usually let it cool down all the way, and I get out a couple Ziploc bags, and I load the Ziploc bags out, and then I lay them out flat in the freezer so that they won't take up so much space. Just freeze them flat. So that's a nice thick sauce there.
Yep.
And you can stop there if you want to, but you want to keep going or you want to keep it here?
Go ahead. Yeah. Do your thing.
Like it thick like this for the shells?
No, you can add a little more. Yeah.
Add a little bit.
Yeah, just half of it there.
Okay. And Mariah is watching because she is going to do something. She's going to do something at home. I can just see her. We're going to have to come to her house and do an episode, right?
Yes.
In her kitchen, on her turf. She's going to have us cutting, chopping stuff. All right, so that's our sauce. And then I'm going to add, you can add your parsley, your basil. I usually do some sage, whatever aromatics you want, herbs that you want. You can add them at this point. So we add them at this point, and at this point we turn our stove down to low, really low, because it's going to simmer for a while. And I would say with turkey meat, you can probably do an hour of simmering. But through the magic of TV, we'll be right back. Okay, so it's on low, and we're just going to keep stirring it, and then we're just going to keep it covered for about a half hour, and then we'll check it again. Okay.
All right, guys, so we are back. Me and Mariah, we are going to make a salad for our meal here. We got a couple things here, nothing fancy. Got some carrots we're going to grate up. We got some tomatoes here that she's going to cut up for us. We got some peppers, and we have a nice little spring mix that we're going to make here. So we've already washed all of these things here, and I'm going to cut the peppers. So this is not going to be a really complicated meal. As you guys already saw, Gail's already got her sauce going, so we got some time. Got to let that simmer and cook down. So we're just going to prepare our salad, and then we're going to also make some bread with some nice basil pesto spread with butter, as well as a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And Mariah, you have your own channel, right?
Yes.
Are you on Instagram, right?
Yes.
What's the name of it? And what do you do on there?
Filmed by Mariah.
Filmed by Mariah. What do you do on your channel?
I do get ready with me, and I do some hauls of like me shopping and stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna put Mariah's little details on her Instagram page.
Little girls.
Yes.
Yep. She is in the making. She is very talented. Doing a great job. Real proud of you. All right. So we're still cutting here. So far we got our peppers in here. We have some carrots that we grated up, and Mariah is finishing up with the tomatoes. It's a pretty looking salad here.
All right, so we are going to do our garlic Parmesan pesto bread.
Ooh, yummy. Sounds
Right
yummy.
now, yes. So first we're going to put on, let's use the baby.
Right here.
Yes. You want to do this?
Sure.
Okay, you do that part. Just swipe them all down, nice and buttery. Okay, and you can come on this side, and I'll start with the ones you already did.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you guys putting on?
We're putting on butter, that melted butter. And then we're going to do pesto. Put a little pesto. And this pesto came already made. So we got that again from our grocery store. You can get it in your tomato sauce aisle. And it smells so good. Pesto is, if you're allergic to nuts, I don't know if you should be part of it, but it has parsley, garlic, and it has pine nuts in it. And pine nuts are a little tiny nut that kind of looks like a sunflower seed. It's a very buttery nut, and that's why they use it. And it gives this pesto the body that it has. And it's really good.
I love it.
It's an Italian nut, mostly. So you won't find them in the store, really. But most people use it mainly for pesto. Okay. Let's tag team it. Yeah. Just enough pesto.
Look at God.
Look at God. You know you
Yep.
You know how you do. Don't be afraid. Use your faith and just go.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, and we're gonna hold it up so they can see it. Hold it up. Slow, yeah. And it's gonna get all melty. Not really melty because Parmesan is not a melty, but it will get brown and buttery, like sizzly.
All right, guys, we are back. So we're going to assemble the shells. So we have a couple things to do. We have to make the filling, which is going to be a ricotta cheese blend. This is a dish is very similar to like lasagna.
Okay.
You know, so we're basically going to use these ingredients here. We have some ricotta cheese. We have some salt and pepper. And then we have some Italian cheese blend here. We have 1 egg. And we have some fresh parsley as well. And yeah, the sugar. So I have a little bit of sugar here. Gail and I were talking about earlier that some people like to use sugar and some people don't in their spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to add a little bit of sugar into the sauce just for this dish because I think it's nice when you have a little bit of sweetness with the ricotta in this dish. So I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar in here as we put this together. So Mariah, I'm going to let you make the mixture here. Okay. Well, we're going to make it together. Okay. So do you want to take the roots? We're going to use all of this.
Okay.
Yep. So open that up. And you can use this to help scoop it out if you need to.
Okay.
And this dish is fun. It's really simple, and it's something that you can do with your kids. It's something you can do as an adult, but it's also something that kids can do as well. So this is the perfect episode for Mariah to be a part of, and she wanted to learn how to do this, so it's perfect. It worked out. Okay, all that in there. Okay, so then go ahead and add the egg. Alright, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. And then you can add the parsley.
All of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to be real colorful. Mm-hmm.
I love that green.
I know, I do too. I just love it in everything. Alright, and then we're going to add some of the cheese mixer. Yep. And that's about 2 cups. This recipe, when you make it in double, the recipe usually calls for double ricotta and everything. But you can follow the instructions on the box because they do give you a little recipe there as well if you want to use that. So let's just blend this up.
Okay, with this
you can use this.
Okay.
So while she's doing that, I have a little bit of my sugar here. And I'm just going to put a little bit. We don't need a whole lot. I have a little bit of the sauce here. I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar here. Let it just kind of absorb down in there. And just like lasagna, it's a little bit of a layering dish. It just depends on how far our shells get in our pan that we have here as far as how we're going to layer it. But just like lasagna, you're going to put a little bit of the sauce at the bottom. And this is so that things don't stick to the bottom of the pan. Just going to spread some out.
It smells delicious.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can smell all that. You can smell everything that was in here. We know exactly what was in here. You can smell it all, can't you? Mm-hmm. All right, so we just got like a nice little thin layer at the bottom here. All right, and so this is the fun part. We got it's all mixed in. The egg mixed in there real good.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure we get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we already cooked our shells earlier, and we have them here sitting on the side. And so basically, we have the big, large shells. And so we got a little spoon right here for you. I got one for me. So we're just going to basically just put our cheese, ricotta cheese mixture in the shell. We just fill the shell up, and then we're just going to layer them in the pan. Okay?
Got it.
So we'll take turns. And then, like after we get these all filled up, then we're going to do a little bit of layering with more sauce and more cheese, and just fill it all up. So what you're trying to do, that's excellent. That's perfect. It's perfect. So it just looks like this. Just going to fill them all up. We're just going to, layer them nice throughout the pan all the way across. And sometimes when I do these, I've also done them, then I'll actually just put the meat sauce in the shell as opposed to the ricotta cheese. This recipe with the shells, you can do all kinds of things. In here I've seen some people do seafood.
Yeah.
You can do, I don't know if you've seen that, you can do crab and like lobster blend, and then you could put like a nice seafood sauce on top as opposed to spaghetti sauce. So there's a couple different things you can do with these shells, just to kind of make them your own. So Mariah and I are going to finish layering our pan with our filled shells, and then we'll be back for the next step. This is a good amount for you to make. You could definitely do this.
This is good for like four people, right?
Yep, this would be perfect for your family.
Yes.
Okay, so once I get this on here, then we're just going to put another layer of cheese on top. Let's put this one.
The Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
The Parmesan.
And I like the mozzarella just because it's a little bit of exciting cheese, and it gives a nice little pull to it.
Yes.
A chewy pull. Okay. And then you can just put your Parmesan on there. Just cover the whole thing.
Good job, Mariah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. So we're just going to take a little bit of Italian seasoning and just sprinkle it on the top.
Extra touch.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we already had the oven preheated at 350, so we're just going to throw this in here for about 30 minutes.
All right, guys. So it's been about what? 45 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. And we're going to check on it. Looking good. The meat is looking tender. Smelling great. We had a few pop-ups from upstairs. That's how you know.
Yep.
It's reached the third floor.
It smells.
They're like, what's going on down here? It's coming. It's coming. So this is basically done. We're going to get our garlic bread together. We have our shells in the oven.
Yep.
And we have our noodles done too.
Yep. All right, guys, so we are almost done now. So our shells, I did already go in there and I took the foil off for a little while so I could let it get a little bit more browned on the top a little bit. The foil was on just to kind of keep the heat in and make sure everything is getting cooked really well throughout. So then I took that off, and then we also put our bread in here. So we have both of them in here right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out our shells and see how they doing. And then we'll get the bread and we'll be ready to eat. See her. Oh, look at her. Oh, look at her dancing in there.
Get it, girl.
Yummy. That yummy goodness there. This was so easy to make.
I got the edges. You see the edges? Bread too.
Okay, we got our bread. Look at the bread. Our pesto and Parmesan bread. All right. All right, I can't wait to get over there and eat with you, girl.
Nice. How did you like that, Mariah?
Good. Yes.
You're done.
Yes.
How was that?
Great. I loved it.
So what did you learn today? What you think that you didn't come with? Because you come with a lot.
I learned about how to make shells and how to cut the peppers.
Yeah. Little cutting skills.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as usual, we say our grace, and Mariah's gonna say it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
God is grace and God is good. Anything before our food, fire since we all are faith. Give us our daily bread. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Guys, this is beautiful, guys.
Yes, this is.
Did that.
Yes.
This is Mariah's drink.
Yep. So what we're drinking now, guys, is some sour sop juice.
Sour sop.
Right.
These are really good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the sour sop, the actual fruit.
Delicious.
When I didn't juice it this time, but we got it from one of our local Jamaican restaurants. So it's a fresh one.
But we have an episode coming. We're going to get into all that. Yeah, we're going to get into all that. We ready to dig in, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to get some of this good turkey spaghetti. It's nice and hot and thick. She's been cooking for about an hour.
All right, we'll get you hooked up with some shells.
Okay. Exciting.
Look at that. Oh, yeah. Yummy.
With the pesto, garlic, Parmesan bread.
Yummy. Can't wait to eat this.
I know. We got a nice little salad.
And the bread.
Pretty.
And you can always add some more sauce too, you know, if you want to. We can, since it's right there.
Sure. Yes.
OMG.
That looks good.
Oh my
goodness. Look at that.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, so we got, who wants some Parmesan cheese? Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so Mariah, you think you're going to want to come back and
Yes.
you have a good time with Auntie Cuz? Yes. This was good timing.
I love watching Cooking Cuz. I hope I'm on there one day.
Oh, dreams really do come true. See?
Wow,
if you, look at God. Yep. That's
It's
right.
really fun, so I hope I can do it next time, next episode.
Yes. It's good? Okay, let's see.
Perfect. So we used the grandma's house. One blend, and we got it all together. We didn't add anything else but grandma's house, and a little salt and pepper. Grandma's house is low sodium, so we added up to our salt level that we wanted, and some pepper, and aromatics, peppers, onions, garlic. We use basil, sage, Italian seasoning, and parsley. And that was it. And we just built the flavor up, fresh garlic, and then we let it simmer. Stirred it every half hour. We in the pocket.
It tastes like lasagna.
Yep.
Really good.
Yep. Same thing, just in a different form.
Yep. Exactly. And it's fun. I think it's cute. It's fun about the shells, is even though, because you saw this, even if they break, you still can pull them back. You know, the filling holds it back together very well. So once you start putting them in there, you can just pull it back together, and it's fine.
And the shells we got from the grocery store and the pasta aisle. It might take a little bit of looking around, but they're there. They might be on the bottom or something like that, but just look around.
The bread is really good.
You like the bread? Yeah, this is pesto bread. No, I didn't. I was about to. Yeah, I fold it. Yep, that's how I do. That's how I do.
Yeah.
I've never had this before.
Me neither. Me neither. I just came up with it. I was like, let's just do it like that. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
This is really good. The
The
drink.
soursop, right in it. It's so good. And it's good for you.
Yeah.
That's how you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy having it.
Well, you know, I guess we about ready to close out.
Yeah.
So we can get into this food a little bit more. Yep. So look, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, make the dishes, you know, give us some feedback. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
You know, we have heard some feedback already from some of our friends that said they really enjoyed watching it. So, you know, we love to hear.
Let us know how you like it.
Mm-hmm.
We love it.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Right. We want to know that you enjoy it as well.
Enjoy the recipes and, you know, watching us
All
even
right.
enjoy each other's company. You know, because we've been doing it for a long time. And Mariah here is 11. We've been doing it way before she was born, and now she's here and she's helping. This is like amazing.
I know.
You know?
What a blessing.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Thank
and
you
we'll
guys.
see you next time.
Bye.
Make sure you like.
Yes.
It'll spread us around YouTube. So make sure you like. Help us out, okay? All right.
Bye.
Bye.